Well, hello there, my fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's your seasoned angler here, ready to dive deep into what promises to be a truly intriguing day on the water. The 31st of October, 2025. Yes, Halloween, but don't let the spooky vibes distract you from what could be some fantastic fishing. We're looking at a day that's a real mixed bag from the weather gods, with changeable conditions that will truly test our skills. But as I always say, a challenge is just an opportunity in disguise. I'm going to share some insider tips that will help you turn these conditions into a successful outing, especially for our hungry predators. So stick around because you're about to learn how to make the most of this autumn day in Ireland. First up, let's talk about the absolute titans of our freshwater, the mighty pike. My friends, late October is prime time for these toothy predators across Ireland as they enter a full-blown feeding frenzy, desperately trying to bulk up before the deep chill of winter truly sets in. Where to find them? Focus your efforts around deeper margins, pronounced drop-offs, and any areas offering substantial cover like dense weed beds or submerged structures. Think about where the bait fish might be congregating for warmth and shelter, and the pike won't be far behind. With cooling water, these fish will often hold in slightly deeper, more stable parts of the water column. For tackle, I'd highly recommend dead baits. Try a small smelt or mackerel fished on a trace. Larger soft plastics slowly worked along the bottom or overstructure can also be deadly. Wobblers and spinnerbaits retrieved at a snail's pace often win the race in cooler water, as pike become less inclined to chase fast-moving baits. A little trick from my own experience. Focus on slower presentations. Next, let's turn our attention to the feisty perch. These striped beauties are often found in schools, and late October can be fantastic for them, especially as they group up before the coldest months. Look for them holding near features like bridge pillars, deep holes, or the edges of drop-offs in canals and larger lakes. They'll be active, but you'll want to present your bait right in front of them. Small spinners, micro jigs, or even a simple worm or maggot on a float rig can be incredibly effective. Perch love structure, so don't be afraid to cast right up against those submerged branches or rocky ledges. If you catch one, there are usually more, so work the area thoroughly, my friends. Finally, for those who enjoy the finesse of freshwater angling, let's consider the brown trout. While many might think they're focusing solely on spawning this time of year, brown trout can remain surprisingly active in late October. You'll find them particularly in larger loughs. Concentrate your efforts on areas where you observe insect activity or where small baitfish are schooling near drop-offs. Traditional wet or dry flies can still be very productive, especially during calmer periods, as can small spinners or minnow imitations. The cooling water stimulates their metabolism, making them keen to feed opportunistically. Patience and a stealthy approach will be key here. Now for the conditions that will truly shape our fishing day. Weather. The forecast for the 31st of October 2025 suggests a rather changeable day. We're expecting daytime temperatures to reach around 11 to 14 degrees Celsius, dropping to between 4 and 7 degrees overnight. It looks like a dry and bright start for most, especially in the central and eastern parts, but with outbreaks of rain moving up from the south later in the day and clearing showers in the northwest. Wind will be blustery to begin, with moderate to fresh southerly winds easing as the day goes on and becoming mainly light by evening, with a maximum strength of around 4 Beaufort. The atmospheric pressure, generally characterized by low-pressure patterns this week, may see some moderate fluctuations. These changes, especially the shifting pressure and rain, can make fish a bit more cautious, driving them deeper. Water temperature. Sea temperatures around Ireland in late October will be hovering around 13 to 14 degrees Celsius. In freshwater lakes and rivers, we'll see a noticeable drop in temperature. This cooling trend means fish metabolism slows, and they become less inclined to chase fast-moving baits, preferring slower presentations or static baits. So, slow and steady wins the race, as I always say. Moon phase. On the 31st of October 2025, the moon will be in its waxing gibbous phase with about 71 to 73.6% of its surface illuminated. It's about 9 days old after the new moon. Many anglers, myself included, believe that the period leading up to the full moon can stimulate fish activity, especially around moonrise and moonset. This waxing light can often trigger opportunistic feeding. General fish activity. Overall, fish activity in Ireland during late October is a mixed bag, but with a strong emphasis on predatory feeding. Pike and perch will be actively feeding, trying to bulk up for the colder months. Brown trout, while some might be spawning, will still offer sport for opportunistic feeders. Coarse fish like bream and roach will be slowing down, moving into deeper, more stable parts of the water column and feeding less aggressively. So, my friends, my overall assessment for fishing in Ireland on the 31st of October 2025 is medium to good data, with good potential for predatory species. The changeable weather, with potential rain and moderate winds combined with cooling waters, will make it a challenging but rewarding day. However, the pre-winter feeding instincts of pike and perch, boosted by the waxing gibbous moon, mean that if you're prepared to adapt your approach, fish deeper, and slow down your presentations, you could have a truly rewarding day. This is exactly the kind of day where an informed angler can truly shine. I wish you all tight lines, and as we say, nibi airiable na scala orabe, neither tail nor scale on you, meaning good luck. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments below, what are your Halloween fishing plans, or what's your go-to lure for late autumn pike? Share your observations, friends.